What's going on? It's the child free thinker back at you again with another video. Let me adjust something really quickly because I need to see something. One sec. Dang it. I need to get this off of here because as long as it's on here, I can't really. There we go. Oh God, let's get that background off. Why is that on there? One second. It's getting on my nerves a little bit. Now the screen wants to freeze. Chill out. One sec. Come on now. One second. I swear on everything is acting silly. Okay, that's right. Let me delete that. There we go. And take that off. There we go. Yes. All right. Now let's see. Turn this up and turn that down some. 2, 3. Okay, what's going on, guys and girl? Thanks so much for stopping through. I do appreciate you for coming through here. Let me make sure I put this on here for you. Hope everything's going well with your new year if you celebrate it now. Some of us celebrate the new year in March, so I'm waiting until March to set that new year into place. Okay, but if you celebrate it now, Happy New Year. All right, so we'll go ahead and get to the subject here. I want to know if you all are noticing how people are trying to latch onto others' energy. Protect your energy, lay low, stack bread, and take care of you. Okay, it's called self um, protection and self care. Protecting your energy is self care. And what do I mean by are you all noticing how people are trying to latch on to others' energy? Let me explain. I I don't know if you all can relate whenever you watch this video, if you see it at all. I'm a person that is pretty much self fulfilled, um, very independent. I don't need people to validate my existence. I'm not a people, person to the point where I can't survive without people and need people speaking to me all the time, waving, speaking, entertaining, stuff like that. I can't deal with that. I like peace. You understand? And when you're like that, a lot of us are child free, antinatalists, asexuals, whatever you are, okay? A lot of us are self fulfilled, meaning we like our own company. And if you notice, when you're like that, people become very nosy, damn near obsessed with your life, as if they're taking care of you, providing for you, or something like that. And they're not. That's a part of energy vampire, energy vamping, energy draining, because these people may be miserable in their own life. And instead of focusing and applying that energy that they're applying to you and trying to control you or being overly obsessed and overly invested in what you're doing, someone they do not know, they refuse to do that for themselves and pour that because they're trying to run from themselves in their situation, whether it's running from their wives, running from their husbands, running from their kids. And they see you as the perfect outlet. Okay, you seem to be free. You seem to be very at peace. You seem to be a person who enjoys your own company, and people cannot stand it. They cannot stand it, and they want to bring chaos into your life. They want to disrupt your peace. They feel like, and I'm noticing this, especially for child free people, antinatalists like myself. I am an antinatalist, have always been. Before I even knew what the term antinatalist was as a kid, I knew I never wanted them, and I was never going to lay down with the gender that creates them. Okay, so I like my peace. I don't like all that noise. I don't like all that whining. I don't like that shit. I can't stand it. I can't stand that shit. Um, I'm never carrying on anybody's lineage. I don't care for their last name. I don't want to meet their mother. I don't want to be a part of their family. I like my own independence. Okay, I'm not letting anybody run me. I don't need that. So if you are like that, whether you're a woman or a man, you seem to attract people who notice you out of a crowd. You may not know these people. You may not care to know these people. You are perfectly fine. But if you notice, these people are trying very hard to be seen by you. Okay? They hope that you create some type of an opening, whether it be um stopping for a second so they can hurry up and try to speak to you, or if you get ready to go somewhere, they'll jump up and try to go out at the same time to try to link up where you go so they can try to have a conversation. Like, bitch, there are 10 people over there just like you. Why are you trying to link up with me? You can't tell by my body language that I don't want to be fucking bothered. Okay? And it's not an act. People like myself and like some of you all, we have our picks, we have our people that we vibe with, people like ourselves, not identical, but people who enjoy their own company. We are our own people. We don't care for the chit chat, the small talk, the bullshit, the politic, and what's going on in social media, what's going on in Hollywood, what's going on politically, what's going on religiously. We don't give two fucks, all right? Who's cheating on who? What Cardi B is doing, dumb Offset, these people with all this money doing stupid junk, these women that keep getting knocked up. You're a millionaire, but somehow you got knocked up again with your dumb ass. We don't care. They're idiots, okay? So when people see that, they can tell that you're not acting. They know you're not acting. They don't even know you, but they can see. Trust me, you all. People can see you going about your business. They can tell. Like me, I don't. You know how people have a lot of people coming in and out their door. I don't want you in my space. I will flip out on your ass. I don't like that. I have to really like you as a person. Ain't no dude's gonna be in my space, period, unless they gay. A guy, the only guy that can ever come around me, and I don't invite anybody to my space. If I ever invited a guy to my space to chill, he will be gay, and I mean openly gay, obvious. Gay, like into guys, not straight, because no chances. And if it's a woman, she is someone, and nobody comes to my place. I don't like that. If I talk, if I'm talking to anybody, I see you as at Starbucks and leave you at Starbucks. But over some coffee, iced coffee, whatever, and then you get in your car and you take your ass home, and then I go home. Ain't nobody going to, I'm not following you, you're not following me, and go home. You know what I'm saying? We just talked. Um, I'm just like that. I like my space or I get irritated. So if you're like that, people get irritated by the fact that you are not available. You're not overly available to people. You know your bounds. You have boundaries. You're not always available to people. And people get offended by your life. So what? I'm not born for you. Okay, so this is where people come up with these conclusions of, especially if you're a woman. If it's a dude, they normally don't mess with the dudes. But with the women, they're like, who are you taking care of? Nobody ever asked me that because I punched them in their fucking mouth. But the insinuate, you can feel the energy. I don't make myself available, so you're not talking to me if I don't want to be bothered. But you can feel the energy of. It could be a woman living with a dude. It could be a dude living with a woman, with some kids in the background screaming and yelling, and then you have nothing to do with that situation. Not interested. They're looking over at you, okay, and they assume that because they live together, then somebody has to be helping you. Like, and if not, then who are you taking care of? Where's your kids? I don't want the motherfuckers. I don't like that. Where's your dude? I don't give a damn. I don't want them. What do you mean, where's my dude? Where's my pet? They act like a dude is a pet. I don't want that. Hell, a pet can, I don't even call pets pets. I have respect for animals. I can't call them a pet because they are self sufficient. I like animals because they are self sufficient. They know how to provide for themselves. That's why I'll take care of them. I love animals, right? Animals are independent by nature, they don't need you. Okay? They'll respect you, but they don't need you. They can survive in the wild. They know how to hunt for their own food at very young ages. They're not like humans that takes them damn near 60 years to grow up and be their own person. latched on to their parents forever. They are, a lot of people don't have their own mindset. They don't have their own personality. Okay, they lack the ability to be who they are, regardless of what people think. Animals, by 6 months, animals will start practicing hunting, like a mouse, a squirrel. They'll try it on their own until they get better at it. If they miss, they'll keep trying because they innately understand that this is what they should do. Humans, on the other hand, it takes them forever and they like to latch and they come up with this thing. I hear these phrases, you'll hear people say it to make themselves feel better because that's how they are. Humans are social creatures. They'll say this over and over. It's so annoying. It's like they're trying to program you to become less independent and more codependent, passive aggressive, needy, and desperate. Even if that's not your natural nature, they are telling you this is what you should be like. We want to program you to be less knowing, more dumbed down, less of you, more of what we think you should be, textbook script of what we think you should act like. And you need to go and run to other people for an identity. If you're not like that, then people feel like they need to fulfill something that they think you're lacking, even though you're not interested. I'm a naturally detached person. I've always been this way. It's not an act. For dudes to be naturally detached, it's people don't question that. So he's a guy, but if you're a woman, they think that you need to be attached or you're just playing. I don't like, I swear to God, I cannot stand too many people trying to latch onto my goddamn energy. I get so annoyed with people who act like they don't know how to do shit, who act like they don't even want to attempt to do things on their own, who don't have critical thinking skills, the inability to think for themselves or even try, who have to keep being reminded to do something, who need somebody to hold their hand the whole way as an adult, who needs someone to walk them through every little step without even attempting to try to resolve things on their own. And I can't stand that. Okay. I'm a very direct person. I'm not indirect. I'm very direct. You know how to do everything else in this world. You know how to look at you know how to look at what the celebrity's doing. You know how to check and see what everybody else doing. You know how to get in a woman's face. You know how to get in a man's face. You know how to flirt. You know how to do all these things. But when it comes down to things in your own life that takes time to apply yourself or to figure out how to organize your life and make it to what you want, to make it to a lifestyle that you are comfortable with, you don't want to do that. You keep asking other people for permission. As an adult, you don't need to ask people for permission. You're grown. You don't need any permission from anybody, nor do you need to ask for it. You do what you want to do. You don't wait around for people to tell you a goddamn thing. So when you're like this, it bothers people. You haven't done anything to the people. You haven't bothered them. You haven't asked them for anything, and you won't ask them for anything. You are focused on your own life. You're not popping out offspring so that they can take care of you when you're old. You don't give a damn. You're organizing your life to take care of yourself and doing what you need to do, applying yourself and setting things up in a way so that you can provide for yourself, not lay on your back and pop out kid and shoot out and squirt out kids. Okay? When you're like that, people feel offended because they want you to need them. You're not concerned. Okay? That's not mean. It's just like you have your life. You are not me. I'm not you. We do not belong to each other. What is going on out here in this world? And people are becoming extremely energetically draining. People are constantly needing. They want. And that's okay when you need and you want, and you're going to take care of it for yourself. The problem is when you become entitled to someone else who has absolutely nothing to do with you, and you become needing and demanding and obsessive and entitled to a person you have nothing to do with based upon your needs and desires that you are supposed to provide for yourself. Now you look around, and when you see somebody with a little bit of free time that you think you're going to schedule yourself in, you're going to pencil yourself in to their schedule and their time because you don't think they need that freedom. You don't have nothing to do with their life. You don't pencil yourself in and set an appointment for anyone else you don't know and then expect for them to be waiting for you. They don't know you. Okay. If they wanted to know you, they would have taken out the time to get to know you. So you have a lot of people in this earth that are literally trying to latch, especially now. And Since 2020, it has gotten worse with people, and it's getting even worse. And it's just the second day of the new year, right? For the calendar new year. I don't celebrate any of these holidays, to be honest. I keep living my life. I celebrate what I want to celebrate. I live my life according to what I want. I'm grown. I'm an adult, period. I don't ask for permission. I'm grown. I'm not waiting for people to tell me what to do. I'm an adult, period. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm grown, all right? With that being said, if I was going to do that, it would be March because that's the spring. But for now, looking at the conditions of the world, everybody is looking around to see who they can latch on to, who they can, adhesive themselves to, who they can Velcro themselves to off of someone else energy and drain the hell out of them until they basically drain their life energy by latching onto that person. They don't know how to exist without another person. It's almost like a parasite. It's like a parasite is you got to look up the definition of a parasite and then you attach energy to it. Energy parasite. A parasite, if you look at a dog, a cat, any animal, on their back sometimes they have a tick or a flea, but a tick is worse. A tick can get huge, but in order for that tick to get fed off the back of a dog, it has to latch and burrow itself into the fur of the animal. Now, the animal may show symptoms such as fatigue, um, nausea, irritation, because until the owner, whatever you call it, for people who think they own animals, God, the narcissism of people, until you find out what's going on with the animal, you won't know why the animal's acting like that. Sure enough, they take the animal to the vet, and the vet, searches the animal and finds a tick that has grown huge from draining the energy of that dog, which takes away from the dog's energy by being a parasite, and the dog is the host. That dog has life force that parasite needs to survive because it cannot survive on its own. So it has to find something with an energy that it lacks to live. People are starting to act like that. Women, men are acting like that to women. Women are acting like that to men. Women are acting like that to other women. Men are acting like that. Family members liking. It's like people that don't know how to go within themselves look and they see that energy in someone else and they become entitled. And here they come over to you, and then when you're not welcoming to it, they get irritated. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be bothered, bitch. What the fuck? They want, especially for women, like you're supposed to be willing and I've never been like that. I'm not, no. My phone is dry. I don't want people calling my phone. Don't fucking call my phone. The only phone calls I want is about business and shit that I want. If I want to talk, then I mean, I'm not gonna be talking about nothing stupid like this is real talk right here. Not no you cute, you sexy. I don't care about that. Okay? Who gonna state the obvious? If a person is attractive, how is that something to talk about? You're attractive, now what? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna supposed to go on and on about that shit? I promise you I wasn't supposed to be born a woman. I was probably supposed to be born a dude because my nonchalantness and, lack of wanting to be latched to someone, it gets on my fucking nerves. I don't even deal with my own family because you got people that are followers and traditionalists. I'm not a traditionalist. I'm not religious. Okay, I'm not traditional. Okay, I'm not political. I'm not any of that dumb shit. I'm my own person. I'm not a follower. I don't run in packs and crowds. I hate gossip. I hate small talk. I can't stand that dumb shit. I can't stand when people act like out of the 24 hours in their day, they have no other purpose than to be Velcroed to someone else. And you can like a person. Why do you need to be Velcroed to them? Then they take it further, and you see these people trying to knock each other up and breed out of boredom. They look over at you and they fucked up their life, and they look over at you and they're like, "Why aren't you messed up?" Because I think stupid. Okay, I know my attention span. I have all the attention in the world for deep things, things that make sense, things that go against the grain, taboo subjects. When it come down to being latched onto someone and sitting in their face 24/7, living with them, I can never live with them. No, I don't love that. You know, I'm not interested in starting a family. I'm interested in rapping is getting through this life, knowing my purpose, and getting the fuck about this bitch. Not sitting up there leaving droppings behind. I'm not into that. Carrying on some dude's lineage doesn't mean shit to me. Okay? To keep up the status quo. People can tell when you're not into it. They know you're serious. Okay? And they know they can't persuade you. So the next best bet is to become an energy drainer. Okay? Constantly wondering about what you're doing, where you're getting stuff, how you doing stuff, who you talking to, who you dating. Bitch, you not my bitch. And neither am I. You understand? You're not my dude. You're not my bride. You're not my problem. I'm not your problem. You don't go in your pocket and pay one bill of mine. Shut the fuck up. I'm too busy taking care of me. You got people. I'm not like these women that be on their back popping out these kids looking for somebody to provide for them when they get old and decrepit. We child free people, antinatalists, we understand that we got to take care of business. So we don't got time to be sitting up there giggling because you need us in your face. We get along with each other because we understand each other's boundaries. We respect each other's boundaries. Okay, we understand each other's perspectives. Okay, a lot of us are introverts, amniverts. Okay, so we enjoy our own company, deep thinkers, and hate dumb shit. Okay, we can go places on our own. A lot of these people, these energy drainers, don't like to go places on their own. They need a whole crowd with them. They get energy like a parasite off of others. They feel drained if they're not latched and burrowed into someone else's goddamn skin. This is why they breed to begin with, because they don't know what their identity is other than being on their back or walking around with their balls hanging out or their cooch falling out to breed a copy of themselves that doesn't even end up being a copy because they don't know what they're here for. So they look at us as the next best thing, and they're highly disappointed when we don't fulfill their expectations. Who told you to expect anything from me? I don't expect anything from you. Stop expecting anything from me. I didn't ask you for nothing, right? So I don't know if y'all are noticing this. You know, um, if you look at the animal, for example, any animal, this could be any animal. They all have fur, except for the furless cats, right? You take them to the vet. They remove the tick. They give it some medication, and all of a sudden, its energy comes back. The animal has its own energy source. As soon as they remove that parasite or that tick, it gets full energy back. Okay, they may give it some tablets, a certain diet plan to get the energy it lacked. Okay, they take out the parasite and it dies instantly. It has nothing to feed off of. It does not know how to create its own energy. It needs to latch onto others. I hate the word latch. It creeps me out. People are like that. They don't want to do it for themselves. They want to be grown, but they act like children. Then they have the nerve to breed when your mind is of an infant. You're breeding, but your mind is younger than the infant you breed. You're doing it out of boredom. You're doing it because you don't know who you are and because you need someone to latch onto you the way you latch onto others to worship you so that you can feel validated. You don't know how to do that on your own. So when they look at people like us, these people stay trying to latch, to attach themselves. Get the fuck away from me before I slap shit out of you. Okay? I can't, I have never liked that shit. That one thing, a pet peeve of mine is a person who doesn't even try. A person who doesn't know what they want, who doesn't know what they like, who doesn't know who they are, and is not trying to understand that. A person who lives through other people and doesn't want to understand who they are. A person who jumps from person to person because they're scared of themselves. I can't stand a person who lacks effort within their own life. No two people do things the same way. No two people like the exact same things the exact same way. You may have an interest in the same things, but you may not like it the same way. Okay. Even the antinatalists, we are all different genres of antinatalists. Some of us get each other deeply, but we're at different levels. Child free, a lot of us at different levels, right? But we can have an understanding because we're on the same page, right? But we're not identical, right? But there are people who lack self awareness. They don't ever take the time to be self aware. They're aware of everything else but themselves. And you're aware, you're not unaware. Okay, you don't need to know what's going on down the block. You don't need to know what's going on with some woman and her baby daddy, some dude and their baby mama. Ain't my goddamn problem. I ain't gotta deal with you. At the end of the day, I don't gotta live with you. Thank God. So why would I be interested? Okay, this can happen in companies too. A lot of these people, when they go deal with what they deal with, they're escapist. Okay, the very thing that they did out of boredom and out of neediness, now they resent it and they look over at you and they want to dump on you. You don't get the fuck on my face. You chose that life and now you realize it's not what you want and you looking over at me. Don't look my way because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not the baby daddy or the baby mama. I'm not even gonna entertain shit. Okay. So now people get very mad, and what they are mad at is their baby mama, their baby daddy, their situation and circumstances, their decisions. And they don't want to deal with it. They want to trauma dump. They want to project their fuck ups and they want to come over to you to do it. And you're not the one. Your baby daddy's over there. Your baby mama's over there. Go address them. You scared. What makes you think I'm the next best thing? I don't live with you. I don't lay in the bed with you. I would never. I didn't lay on my bed with you. I would never. So I think you're projecting onto the wrong person. Take that same energy and go talk to the baby daddy. Take that same energy, go talk to your baby mama. You can't. So you keep making the same bad decisions. You don't want to get to the common denominator, which is your bad choices. Understanding them and not repeating them. You look at us and you're upset that we never started them. We look at you and we learn from them. We're not looking down on you. We don't want your life. I don't want your kids. I don't want your baby daddy. I don't want your baby mama. I don't care what you have. You can be rich. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Not on the money in the world. I would never do it. And they know we mean business. Okay. So these people get bothered by us, and we don't care about that either. So they need a team of people now. When they realize you don't care about what they think, these people go back and they get several other people to observe you. I'm not your kid is over there shitting on themselves with a full diaper leaking on the floor, and you're looking at in my face. Your baby daddy is sleeping with the entire world, knocking everything down and diseasing up the block. Your baby mama is acting like a fool, but you're over in our business. Take that, apply that energy to your life and see what happens. Apply that energy into not making the same bad choices. Apply that energy into using your brain instead of using your ass. And I guarantee you will understand where we come from. We learn from these people. We've learned from our childhood experiences not to become our creepy parents that flopped around on each other to F and breed, okay, like idiots, like bonobos, like goddamn bonobos. They just was flopping over each other, following the status quo, following the script, following the stupid traditions, flopping over each other like seals and dolphins, like fish, swimming upstream like idiots, getting eaten alive by bears and never learning your lesson. Every fucking year, a bunch of salmon swim upstream being stupid to get eaten alive by the bears to sit there with their mouth wide open waiting for the dumb salmon to jump in. This is what they do too. This is how humans act. Okay? They're like a goofy salmon, knowing goddamn well. You know goddamn well they're bears. The bears don't even have to grab the fish. They just sit there with their mouth open and the fish hop in, being stupid, swimming upstream. Okay? Dumb, right? And they're looking at us. You still swimming upstream, but you got your eye on us. Okay? You're still swimming upstream though. But you're looking at us. And the bear's mouth is open. Somehow it's our fault. We're telling you, it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look entertaining to swim upstream and get eaten alive by a fucking bear. You don't know what you're missing. You don't know the joys of getting eaten alive by a bear. You need to leave some behind. Your bones after you've been eaten alive. Shut the fucking God. These people sound absolutely bizarre. You'll never know the joys. Women, especially women. For the dudes, they can get away from it. You know, they get away from it. The dudes can normally look up. All right. But for the women, why do you think I'm Angie Mammy? Who told you I was Mary the maid? I am not Mary Maids. Okay. Who the fuck told you that I was born to learn how to walk, to learn how to crawl, then stand up on my feet and walk, just to lay down on my back and throw my leg up, to squirt out a kid, to create a legacy from a dude sperm, and I'm supposed to lean back, watch this motherfucker knock me up, smiling and shit, to then pay for a walking bill. Okay, wait a minute. You what the fuck? Okay. No, nothing wrong with us. I want to know how many of you, please, anybody who watches this video now, including Gaza Girl, anyone who's watching this, nothing wrong with us as well, whether you're watching it now or later, please, 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 please tell me I'm not the only one that's getting just, okay? Somehow, somehow we're cursed. We're the cursed ones for breaking the curses. Oh, yeah, we really did it this time, right? It's our fault. How dare we not want to sit there, look a dude in their eyes while laying on our backs with our legs up in the air, watching this person inseminate us while smiling because someone's going to take care of us when we get old. And that's the whole purpose. We're supposed to lean back, bust that coochie wide open in 9 months, like a fucking hot potato that burst open in the oven when it's baked. Watch your coochie fall down like a fucking transmission, okay? Pooping on the table. Split that coochie open because you love him. And then look at him with loving eyes while your coochie's falling out. I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry. I know it's graphic, but I just the fuck. You're sitting there with your goddamn vagina drooping down like fucking balls, looking into the dude's eyes. I love you so much. Okay. You're supposed to blow him a kiss. I love you. Look at what you did to me. Legacy. And you're supposed to look into his eyes lovingly with your coochie throbbing, hurting. And you look down and scream, ah, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. I'm in pain. But no, it doesn't matter. I love you. And he's like, let me see. He lifts up the sheet and he sees, right? And he's not saying anything else. But the woman is still sitting there. She's saying, oh my fucking, I'm sorry, I'm getting irritated. God, I'm getting irritated. Gaza girl, you said save that vid. Oh, I will. Oh, I will. Oh, I'm gonna save it. You can come back to this for reference. Oh yes, Gaza girl, because I want to know. Okay, we're supposed to, Gaza girl. Okay, nothing wrong with us. They say something's wrong with us. Us child free, especially the women and the dudes. Okay, but for the dudes, they don't have to experience the horrors of what the women have to go through. Okay, they expect for us women to lay on our back, open up our legs, look at the dude, knowing what he's going to do, and say, I want that a family. Oh, gross. Yeah. And he's like, okay, it don't take much for me. Okay. 9 months, the toaster pops open. All right. They roll you up in there, barely being able to stand up. Okay. Your stomach's pushed out. You're in love. All right. Oh, I love you. I love you too. Right. They throw you on the table. Okay. They got to stick a needle in your back. You're smiling the whole time. Ready to pay this walking bill. It eats. Okay. I'm in love. Right. Right. And then they put the needle in your back. You're still smiling. You're excited. Right. This is what I'm just letting y'all know how this sounds. Okay, then they lay you back on your back again after they just put a needle in the back. Now they lay you on your back. Again, it's for love. It's love. You know, it's worth it in the end. Somebody's gonna take care of you when you get old, and that's why you do it. The dude's standing there looking. Everybody's looking in your coochie. The whole room is full of people, and they're all looking, staring in your coochie, and you're just smiling. Okay, you open the. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting so annoyed. The whole hospital comes into the room, and they're all standing in there with your legs up. Your whole kuka is hanging out. Everybody's looking down there, and you're just smiling. Yay! Right? And on top of that, the dude that knocked you up, he's standing there looking too. The nurses are looking. The doctor's looking. People passing by the room, they open the door. Your legs up in the air. They looking too. Everybody looking down there. Your hoo ha's hanging out. Right? You're in love. Okay? It's all for love. Somebody's gonna take care of you and get old, and it's all worth it in the end. You don't know the joys. You don't know the joys. Right? Okay? You're damn near about to fade away into oblivion, but it's all worth it in the end. All right? And then all of a sudden, something pops out. Okay? And you're just in love. You're, oh yeah, yay. Right? And you're just sitting there while this shit is happening. Okay? Then oh God, I'm sorry. It's all worth it in the end, right? Oh my God. Now they gotta stitch your coochie up. Okay? Just think about how this sounds. They gotta take a needle and thread, sew your coochie close. Okay? The dude is standing there looking at this. He did that to you because he loves you. And you just looking at him with tears in your eyes. Now the kid's coming out crying. My God. It's a miracle. Aw, right? And now you're not gonna get any more sleep. They sew you up, okay? They lay you back on your back again. They put your diaper on while you're changing the kid's diaper, and the dude's just sitting there. Once again, he's just sitting there. My lineage. Oh God. They lay you back on your back. All right. Then immediately they throw you the kid, not the dude. He's just sitting over there, just giggling. That stupid laugh. Right? They give the woman the kid. Okay. She's sitting there, barely stitched up. Oh God. And the kid all in her ear. This is such a loving moment. Aw, it sounds so beautiful. And it's all worth it in the end because hey, someone's gonna take care of you when you're old. And this is why you do this. This is why you F. Okay? Unprotected. All right? You run over there and you jump on that pogo stick. Hey, it's all worth it. Okay. Okay. Who's gonna take care of you when you get old? Hey, if you don't hurry up and get over there in that pogo stick, hmm? Hey, it's all worth it in the end. All right. Anyway, so now they throw her in a wheelchair. They roll out the door. The dude's just standing there laughing, still giggling. Right? They roll her in a wheelchair. Okay, they roll her all the way to the car. They put her in the car. Okay, they drive her to the house. They put her back in a wheelchair, roll her in the house. Immediately, give her the kid. She can't heal. It's crying. And the dude he fell asleep. He's so tired. Okay. She's sitting over there. She can't sleep because they're still screaming. Now she has to take her boobs and it has to eat off of her. Oh God. He's over there asleep again. Okay. And he wakes up. He wants some. Okay. After what he just saw in the hospital with that woman and her legs open. And he just saw the kid come out and her cooch get sewed back. He is in the mood. The kid is crying. Okay? She has to feed the kid with her boobs. It's eating off of her. She's sleepy. It's all worth it. Who's gonna take her when you get old? And now he's mad that he can't get any because she has to heal. So he goes out and he cheats. It's all worth it. Oh God. It's just who the fuck would do that? I sock a dude in his throat and crush his trachea. Man, shut the fuck up. Okay? Something's wrong with us. Oh, nothing's wrong with us. Nothing's wrong with us. You're right. But they say something is wrong with us, especially the women. The dude don't have to go through none. All they gotta do is pull their pants down and simple for them. Oh, the end. That's it for them. Ugh, ugh, what's next? But the woman, she's done for. And they have convinced and manipulated these women. I don't know how the hell they did it because I always thought it was I never thought it was a miracle. When I was younger, I messed around. There was this show called TLC, right? One day I happened to turn to the station by accident, and the first thing I saw was this woman with her stomach pushed all the way out, right? And I was like, what the fuck? And they lifted up the sheet, and I was like, what are you doing? And it showed the whole scene. It showed the coochie opening, and I was like, "Ah, oh my god!" I threw up. I damn near fainted, and I was like, "What the who the fuck?" And I remember I was like 9 years old when I saw that shit, and I was like, "What the?" And I was like, "What the?" And they were like explaining the situation that that man did that to her, and she is in that situation because of what comes from him, and this is the result, and this is what will happen. And I was looking at the video and it was live and they were like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." Meanwhile, I had threw up and I passed out damn near on the floor. And I was like, "What the fuck is beautiful?" Oh my god. And it was just like secretions everywhere. And then the dude had the nerve to pass out. Get your bitch ass up. Shut up. Get up. Stand up. Open your eyes. They should glue his eyes, super glue his eyes open and tie him to a chair right in front of the cooch and make him just sit there with his eyes super glued open, chained to the chair to where he cannot close his eyes and make him and put him as close to the cooch as possible so that he never forgets it. What are you fuck fainting for? Open your eyes. Sit up. Sit your ass up straight. You pass out. Man, pour one on him and wake up. Get your ass up. So that way you won't be so in a rush to do that to somebody else. All the nurses need to move out the way and put the dude who knocked that woman up right is his face need to be very I'm talking about damn near in the coochie. His nose need to be right down there. Right there. So you can see the whole thing. Make sure his eyes are eyes wide shut, super glued open. Look. Look at this. This is what happens when you hop on someone from your 2 seconds of fame. You made that kid in 2 seconds. It took her 9 months. You did that to her in 2 seconds. One and a half pumps. And look what you created. It's so gross. The whole process seems so disgusting. I mean, what do you do when you get up? Regret your decisions? You know what you just did. She's going to be jacked up. After your 2 minutes or 2 seconds of pleasure are over, you realize that you just fucked up. I mean, what do? You get up and you're like, oh, I'm fucked, right? So he needs to see that. He needs to zoom in. He doesn't need to be anywhere passing out. He needs to have a chair. He needs to be strapped down to that chair, and he needs to have his face right up in the cooch. He needs to watch the full process. When the kid comes out, it needs to be falling right on his face. Okay. When the kid start crying, it need to cry right in his ear. That way he would understand. You think you're getting away with this. Now you're not going to be so quick. You would want an immediate vasectomy. I feel that if a dude really likes a woman, he would immediately run down and get a vasectomy. You don't like these women doing all this to them over and over. You just want to appear in the in crowd with the people being bragging about your bodily secretions. And how I don't understand the women that put themselves in this situation. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You say it's for love. I'll never love anyone to do that for anyone. I'm sorry. That ain't love. Not for me. To you, if that's what you feel, great. No, I would never love any dude to that point. Fuck, what are you doing? Right? But it's that we're the problem, okay? Because we think about this. That's just like taking an X and saying this is love and chopping your own hand off while they sew it back on, okay? And tell you you don't know the joys of what it feels like to have your hand chopped off and sewn back and just so they could sew it back on so that you can know true love. Wait a minute, what? Does that make sense? Then after all this is done, it took two people to do this. One flopped on the other one leaned back and let that one flop on them to create this. Now, somehow it's your fault. This is your fault. This is my fault. This is our fault, y'all. We did this. We weren't in that room when they did that. So, how do we have anything to do with this? You understand? The whole idea of it just seems so disgusting. Oh, God. Mm-mm. When were you, what age were you when you first saw that? What show did you see? What movie did you watch? And it always reminded me of some type of alien invasion. You ever seen that movie Predator? Remember that scene with the woman that had something in her stomach and it popped out and it just split her stomach open and it started running and it had these shark teeth? That's what it fucking always looked like to me. And to sit and know that that could come from a dude and you think it's cool to let a dude do that to you, you know what's going to happen. They either going to cut it out or that your cooch is going to split down to your asshole. It's going to be one large hole, pretty much. It's going to split the front and the back wide open like a damn watermelon. And you're supposed to sit there smiling, and it's going to make you fall deeper in love with them. When you look down, you say, "Ee, let me look down here. Oh, I'm in love with you. Look what you did. Aw, come here. Let me give you a kiss. Mwah. Yeah, let me see. Let me look down here again. Ee." You know what I'm saying? Does this make sense to you? Because it doesn't to me. Hmm? Why does a woman have to show a dude they love them by doing that? What is he going to show? Hmm? Hmm? Hello? That makes no sense. And why didn't the creator find a better way of doing this? This seems sickening and sadistic. Okay? This is not mandatory. This is optional. This is the results of people not being able to control themselves, needing to copy and paste themselves, and being shocked that their kids don't come out just like them. Well, we effed. You supposed to be like me. I own you now. I effed. Respect me for effing. I jumped on that pogo stick, and now you better respect me for effing. And boy, did we enjoy it. But now you respect me for effing. What? Huh? For effing? What? That's why I need to respect you. Now everybody wants to latch onto your energy because you seem to at peace. They're stressed and boyfriend problems, girlfriend problems, baby mama, baby daddy problems. Instead of sorting it out, sitting down and saying, you know what, this is not the life I want to live. Let me learn from this. They say, it's your fault. You put me in this situation. No, he knocked you up, okay? And she is your responsibility. You need to take care of your woman and your kids. And for the woman, you need to really sit down and think of why you think it's a good idea to allow anyone to put you in a life or death situation where not only is your life at stake, but your body is pretty much never going to be the same. Have you ever been constipated before for the women or men, well, dudes, if they want to get a good idea? Have you ever been constipated in your life? Who like that is so fucking annoying and gross and it's painful. That's your butt. Imagine something the size of a fucking soccer ball falling out of your cooch. How long it would take to, and women know, our cooch. Can you imagine a dude doing that? Man, to get the fuck out my face, bro. Mm-mm. Hell nah. Can you imagine us child-free women, us antinatalists, I'm asexual. Can you imagine something crawling on you, doing that to you? In 9 months, the results is something the size of a soccer ball with a body attached falling out of your cooch. And if not, they have to cut layers through every layer of your flesh into your stomach and take your organs out. And you're supposed to look at him and blow him a kiss. Oh, you look down and you see your digestive, you see your large and small intestine. You're like, oh, I just want to kiss you right now. And he's like, he's still giggling. I don't know what's going on. Oh God, that would piss me off. That would just gross. That. Mm-mm. And we're wrong. Does anybody see the benefits of why anybody would do this? We're the problem. There is no dude on this earth. I don't care if they were zillionaires. Fuck no. I don't care if you have so much money that it could your money would last through 4 generations. I don't give a fuck. I would never breed or be bred by them. I don't want anything latching or eating off of me. I don't want to be I don't want any to have to be latched onto anybody. I don't like anything being dependent on me. I cannot stand that shit. Okay. And they have somehow manipulated and brainwashed so many women. Let me tell you how they do it. They don't do this to the guys, they do it to the girls. Starts at a very young age. When the kid is in diapers, they immediately focus on that little girl. They are focused, super fixated on her. She is in diapers herself. They're not looking at the boy. He's falling down the stairs, okay? Sticking his hand in the back of his diaper, smelling his hands. They're like, oh, that's so cute. It's so cute. He got boo boo in his hands, guys. Oh, you know? Aw. And meanwhile, they tell the girl to hurry up and put her underwear on. Hey, she needs to start her up and wear pants, clean up around here. Merry Christmas. We got you a broom, a kitchen set, a baby that eats and shits on itself, and that's a gift for you. They manipulate the little girl at a young age that that's a toy and tell you, hey, you better walk around with that's your baby. I used to throw baby dolls down the stairs. I never liked them. I played with tool sets and trucks. I took apart toasters and computers. I had no interest in baby dolls. I threw it out the window, threw it down the stairs, left it outside. I want nothing to do with it. Until they realized, don't buy me that shit. I don't want it. Okay? All right? Either you get me the toy car or don't get me a toy at all. Either you get me a tool set because I like to fix shit. Okay? I like to fix shit. I have a tool set, drill bits, drills. I know everything about the tools. Some need to be fixed around the house. I do it. I'm not sitting. Oh God. Do they get a boy for Christmas, right? They manipulate those girls at young ages and they see who rejects. Look, the girls who reject that shit at a young age don't want kids. They know it. I rejected it. I was tomboyish. To this day, I don't do the nails. I don't do makeup. I drink water. My skin glows. I'm down to earth. I keep myself up. I don't care what a dude think about how I look. Get the fuck out my face, right? Um, Dead ass. I've always known it. So somehow I missed the script. But a lot of girls, they really mess these girls up. A lot of women don't even understand if they wanted that or not. because they fixate on them girls. They get them when they're in diapers themselves. They manipulate that girl into thinking that baby doll is not, they don't know it's subliminal for what they are grooming her to enjoy that shit. Okay? The boy over there pooping on himself. Wipe me, mama. God, he pooping on himself, and everybody thinks it's so cute. Oh, he's gonna be a heartbreaker. Look at all that poo poo. Did you doo doo? He grows up to have skid marks in his drawers, and is somehow able to knock up tons of women with doo doo stains in the back of his drawers. And it started when he was a kid, because all the women and the women thought it was cute. Grandma, oh, my little poo poo. Did you doo doo in your drawers? Yeah. Aw, come here, let me wipe you. Meanwhile, they want that girl to hurry up and get it together. She let her poop in her drawers. What's wrong with you? You need to be in underwear by now. She had to hurry up. Put her little get her little panties, right? The boy is still pooping on himself at 10 years old. Okay, peeing on the floor, not aiming in the toilet. He peeing all on the wall, peeing in the sink, peeing on the ceiling. Oh, you gonna be such a heartbreaker. You gonna be a heartbreaker. You gonna be a ladies' man. Where the fuck do you get pooping on yourself and peeing on the floor as a heartbreaker and a ladies' man? See, they grooming him that people gonna clean up after you. You can poop on yourself. You can have skid marks in your drawers. Hell, you can still be wearing pull-ups when you're fucking 30, right? It's gonna be some silly goose woman out there ready to lay on her back and spread your lineage. All you gotta do is knock her down. Okay, you're a heartbreaker, right? But they teach the girls the opposite. You are here to cook and clean. You're a maid. Okay? You are to be nurturing. So you need to be servicing the entire world for free. Get on your back. Be fruitful and multiply. Okay? They get the boy stupid toys like a tummy gun. And you wonder why the crime rate is high. They condone that behavior at young ages for boys. Why are you? He can't even pee in the toilet, right? That's the way he's going to spread his seed all over the place with all these women too, like a tummy gun. Knock you up, knock you up, knock you up, knock you up. It's so cute, right? Now you give this boy a gun where he can barely pee in the toilet. When he gets older, you wonder why they create all these wars because they need to feel tough, knocking down every woman in sight to feel like, okay. You gave him a tummy gun. He was just 5. But you gave her a baby doll with a diaper and it had the nerve to poop on itself as a toy. You had the audacity to give that girl in a diaper herself a doll that poops and pees on itself and make it like it's something cute when she barely can feed herself. Her brother is pooping on himself and you're giggling. Oh, is that a turd? Oh, that's so cute. Hey, everybody, come look at this. He did. You are celebrating the turd. And with the girl, you give her acknowledgement the more she takes care of that baby dog. You are conditioning her. This is how you get, Mother's Day, you get a card, you know, okay? In order to be respected, you need to take care of that baby dog. Because you're gonna be, that's what you need to do. This is what you want. This is what you're here for. He's here to poop on himself and get rewarded for simple things like pooping and peeing and not aiming in the toilet and well knocking you down and any other woman and well you're you're supposed to be nurturing and all loving, sugar spice and everything nice. You're supposed to like it. It's what you're here for. Get over there and pick up that dog, feed it. Okay, change its diaper. You're in a diaper yourself, who cares? All right, we don't need you to come up out them diaper stuff. You need to put on some panties, get around here and clean up. Okay, you can hurry up and clean up your whole life, clean up after him, clean up after her. Put yourself last. Okay. That's what women should do. Put yourself last. Let yourself go. Get over there and latch onto him. Let him lean back. Let him knock you down. So that someone could take care of you when you get old. It's all worth it in the end. After all, God said, "Be fruitful and multiply." The way He told Adam and Eve, sister and brother, to breed with each other. Inbreeding. And that's why you should too. God, it's so gross. Almost threw up. Sorry. 1 second. I'm getting nauseated. I gotta get some water. 1 second. Ugh. Yeah, I'm making myself nauseated. I'm sorry. Why did I do this? I literally almost vomited. Gross. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. I swear I gotta stop doing this shit to myself. Ugh. Oh God. Ugh. Let me just. You ever felt the vial coming up? I just make myself nauseated talking about this shit. I'm just trying to let it go back down. I'm getting 1 second. Ugh. Whew. All right. I'm almost good. Mm-mm. All right. Then the dudes get old and decrepit. These dudes, they're 80 years old. I still got it, man. Look. And they start slithering around looking for 20-year-old girls. You're ancient. And you take your goddamn chitlin penis that look probably like a chitlin from chitlins. You know how it be all wrinkled up and shit. And you go looking for that 20-year-old girl. And to make yourself feel like you still got it because you want to cling to life now, you go and take your chitlin, and you crawl on her and you knock her down. You feel good now. Oh, gross. Oh my God. Yo, who are the real aliens? You remember that movie called Predator Aliens? You have to remember the scene with the woman where the kid ripped through her stomach and went running down the hallway. What is the purpose in this world when you see what this world is like of literally breeding each other? And you see the process is absolutely disgusting. The process is absolutely hideous. And they focus on the woman to brainwash her and tell her how beautiful it is. It's so beautiful. Huh? They don't need to focus on a dude. They glamorize his life. They big him up for simple things. They tell him how cool it is to knock down all the women, to sleep with as many women as possible. How cool, and that's just masculine. That's what dudes do, right? And for the women, they gotta get to her too. Hey, women don't like living on their own. Women don't know what to do. Women don't know how to think. Women need a leader. Women need to be led. Women don't know what they want. Women are indecisive. So you need a leader. Okay? You need a leader. You need to carry on a legacy on your back. That's how you carry on a legacy. What you want, what you need, you don't know what you do. That's why you have a brain. Okay? So if women didn't have a purpose, why do we have a functioning brain? It would only be one gender with a brain, and it would be him. The women wouldn't have a brain. They would have an inability to think constructively and independently for themselves. They would only have a coochie. They would have an empty skull with no brain in it. So they wouldn't be able to think about what they want. But since both of us have brains, you have to manipulate the other to make her docile, dumbed down, passive aggressive, and easy to control. Reward her for things that goes against her ability to think for herself, and reward him for simple things that anybody can do. It bothers the world to see women enjoy their own company and space, to not want to carry any dude's lineage, and not give a fuck if it dies out. Okay? I don't care about the lineage. Mm-mm, that's your last name. And even if it was my last name, I still don't give a damn. So since we know this innately, we already those few of us know this. The world is very afraid of those of us. We're not pushing this on anybody. We're just letting you know what it is and what it is. You feel me? Okay. All right. You don't. we they run out of stuff to say. Okay, you already told us we don't know the joys. We're gonna take hers when we get old. You're being selfish. What about the person who had you? What would have happened if nobody laid on their back, flopped around, and made you in 2 seconds? I know for sure I was made in 2 seconds by the dude my mom laid down with. Unfortunately, some of you all were made in 2 seconds too. Some of you all could have looked up and been made in about a minute. Okay, with the dude some of your moms laid down with. Some of y'all were made in 2 minutes. Some of us were made in 2 seconds. You know, some of us may have made it to the 5 minute mark. Could have took 5 minutes to make some of you, and that's worth 9 months and busting that cooch open like a baked potato. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That's worth. Is any woman willing to be cut open for a dude? Are you willing to be cut open? Are you willing to struggle? Struggle. Put your fist up. Power to the people. Struggle. 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 Power to the people. Women, it's time to struggle. What are we waiting for? What's wrong with us? Get over there. Let's lay on our backs. It's time to struggle, all right? Hey, what's wrong with silly us, huh? Let's carry sounds stupid, right? It's a rite of passage. Struggle, struggle, struggle. It's what we're here for. Okay? Somebody did it for us. So we're not supposed to think. We got to do it too. Don't think about it. What's wrong with you using your brain? Lay down. Next time you see any dude walking outside, say, hey, you, get over here. I don't need to know your name. We need to be like Adam and Eve. And let's get started. It's so gross. Okay? We don't know the joys of struggle, y'all. We need to struggle, right? It's all worth it. Okay? Does this make sense? We know this and we stay out of that lane because that's not ours. So somehow we're the problem. And people want to latch onto our energy because they feel that since we made these decisions, that we need to let people drain our energy to have a purpose. Since we don't want to go through the process of breeding, then the next best thing is to be used by the world and to be happy about it. To let the world drain you of your life force since you're not going to use it and you want to preserve it to be creative and to manifest things into existence, not with your cooch and your balls, but with your mind and your ability to think before you act, to bring things into existence, not out of your ass, but out of your mind into reality. We use our energy in different ways. You use yours through your genitals. We use ours through our mind, speak it into existence and make it a reality. That's a lot of focus. That is a lot of determination. That is a lot of not being involved in who thinks you're cute and pretty. If you do, you do. Who cares? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? You could create out of your ass with your ass, or you can create with your mind. That's more powerful than laying on your back. It's not painful to create from your mind and speak it into existence out of your mouth and focus on it with full intensity to make it happen. Determination, resilience, but the consequences of laying on your back, the consequences of him squirting with his balls recklessly, drilling on himself. I took me 2 seconds to do that. Right? That's the consequence. A whole nother person that you think should be obedient to you when they're full grown and have no identity, no interests, no personality, no goals and aspirations other than obeying you and taking care of you when you get old. Aw, because they love you. They owe you. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. And we're missing out, guys. We are truly missing out. Okay. We are so fucked, yo. We're missing out, man. Damn. Right. What's wrong with us? Nothing is wrong with us. Can you tell me what's wrong with us? Gaza girl, can you tell me what's wrong with us? Hmm? What are we doing wrong? What's wrong with us, Gaza girl? 2974. What is wrong with us? Nothing's wrong with us. Because something must be wrong with us. We thought, and it was nothing to weigh. Pros and cons. The cons outweighed the pros. I never even considered it. A lot of us knew we weren't doing it. Okay? All right? I don't care what the Bible says. I'm not religious. What? You're a woman? You're not religious? Oh God, they're not religious. That's our way of controlling them. Aren't you scared to go to hell? I was already born in hell. If I was born against my will, I'm already in hell. And I'm a woman, so I got the parts. We have to be protective of ourselves every day from creeps in this world. They could probably try to take advantage. So we got to stay strapped to the nines with that pistol. Okay, this is already hell. What are you talking about? Aren't you scared to go to hell? No, I'm in it. They focus on the woman. Churches are full of women with a preacher that's creepy. They spent more time in prison than he's ever been free. That's probably knocked down everything in the church, including their offspring. Those women, those bobbleheads up in there that don't think because they've been groomed, just say yes to everything he says, yes. And they start jumping up and down, catching the quote unquote spirit. There's no dude in sight except for the dudes getting paid in there. If they drag their dudes in there, they're falling asleep and trying to pretend they're interested. Yeah, yes, yes. Yeah, what need? Yeah, okay, whatever. Right? But it's mostly women in them churches. They are convicting the women. The dudes aren't afraid of it. They got to get to the women. Notice how they focus on the women. You think dudes are afraid to go to hell? They are here creating wars. Huh? They're creating wars. You think they're afraid to go to hell? They focus on the girls, the women. They paint these pictures of fear into the girl's mind so she will become obedient and subservient to do anything to be a good girl. Part of being a good girl is getting on your back and creating his lineage, bearing his offspring, his offspring. And that's how you go to heaven. And in certain cultures, heaven is full of willing and ready virgins, ready to be knocked up. Oh, but what's for her? Ew. Ew. It's all fucking dumb. Okay? None of it's real. You ever notice how quick people try to hurry up and throw that religion on you before you even get a chance to think? They don't want you using your own mind. They don't, your brain was a fresh, clean slate in the beginning. The first thing they did was hurry up and pump their religion. And when you rejected it, what the fuck? You were supposed to be trained by now. You were supposed to be passing on another lineage, another generation to feed the system with. Your kids were supposed to be food for the higher ups to eat off of, to stay wealthy and rich off of your offspring. You were supposed to be kept docile and a nice little good girl to do anything the world says to get to heaven. You were supposed to think that going to heaven meant being everybody's sacrificial lamb, and for some reason you rejected it all. Who do you think you are? Now you're a target. Now these women and these men out here want to drain your energy because hell, you ain't make yourself useful. If you don't want to contribute an offspring to the world so that you can be tired and stressed, so that you can get together and become a part of the clique and talk about how hard it is, but it's the blessing that you never had, then you need to let us feed off of you. You need to be our fish food. Be my free babysitter. Let me trauma dump on you. Okay? When I need your time, you need to be available. When he think you pretty, you need to start giggling. You want to lay me down and split my coot and make me pop out one of your offspring? Oh, that's so cute. You want to smash? That's so cute. I feel so light. Do you want to smash? That's so fucking gross. Get the fuck out of here. Women are supposed to feel excited that a dude wants to smash them. And you're supposed to be out here fighting with each other because some dude wants to smash. You're competing to see who wants to smash and have something the size of a watermelon pop out of your cooch. You're in a rush. You want that. Imagine a watermelon. Imagine a watermelon passing through your cooch. Does that sound fun? Does that sound like love? It sounds like a consequence. If a dude truly loved you, he would think about the amount of pain that must be and would never put you in that situation. He wouldn't care about his meaningless lineage when you're dead. My lineage. My lineage. Your lineage, your legacy doesn't come through your scrotum. Her legacy doesn't come through her vaginal canal. Your legacy is what you stand for when everybody hates you for it. Your legacy is the thing that is not a trend before it becomes a trend. When you stand for something, when everybody else tries to talk you out of it until it becomes popular, probably long after you're gone and then they realize it, that's a legacy. The few people who go a different route, not the many who decide to do the traditional bullshit that does nothing for anybody but feed the higher ups to keep them paid, fed, and wealthy. You will be at the bottom of the pyramid. They will be able to pull your dog collar anytime they want, create a sense of urgency and chaos to control you, put fear in you through your offspring and what could happen to them, birthing them into a world of hell, perversion, and greed. And that's how they control you. That's how they keep you at the bottom. That's how you keep struggling. And you're supposed to do it for love? Because of your lame ass lineage? Fuck out of here. What are you so afraid of? I want to be remembered when I'm gone. Fuck up. Nobody won't fucking remember you in 100 years. Shut up. They'll barely remember you in 5. Life goes on. You need to be knowing who you are and stop trying to cling to this world. Trust me, when you're a spirit, this world will be nothing to you. You will not be thinking about this trash. So leaving something behind sounds foolish. Okay? We are thoughtful people. Actually, we are the aliens, us antinatalist, child free people. Okay? Asexuals, those of us who really think before we leap. We understand that anything needs to get done, we need to do it. We are not kids. We did not ask to be here, but we will take care of ourselves the best that we can. We will not create slaves out of 2 seconds of lust and perversion and ignorance to be earth food for the higher ups, to manipulate, to make into slaves. We see this shit from the outside and the inside. We're more like the aliens in human form. And this is why the world fear us, women and men, to think about this creepy shit. My last name is irrelevant. What I do while I live is important. What I do after, I don't give a fuck. My whole thing is I would do everything in my power not to be reincarnated through any foolish woman or any easy ass dude, that it doesn't take much to even get into this earth through the men. And obviously, with these giddy women that don't think, it'd be even easier to get through. I don't want to be reincarnated. I want to move forward. And those of us know this too. So, this is why we become very magnetic to people, the wrong ones, because they could sense our self preservation, mind, body, soul, energy, and they want to destroy it. They wish they could convince you of the things that you know better about. They wish that they can get you into that chain gang that everybody seems to be bragging about that they end up resentful for. And they don't understand why you didn't fall for the bait. We don't care. Okay? People always in your face, always in your business, always eavesdropping, pocket watching, rubber naked. Okay, and what you doing? What's your grown life? You are. We are not kids. For some reason, these people that keep laying on their back, breathing all over the place, seem to think that the people who are smart enough, wise enough, mature enough, responsible enough to not run out and breed, we're supposed to be childish, bitch. We get taxed more than you. Okay, child-free women and men, we get the most taken out our checks. So in order for us to be that serious to rather do that than to breed, you know we mean it. It is what it is. It's damn sure like we paying child support and we don't even want them. We don't have offspring. They tax us the hardest. They're angry at us because they cannot use us. They cannot get us to breed to use them. We do not care. Okay. So if we are would say we'd rather deal with that and provide for ourselves than to be anybody's bitch and slave and maid, that should let you know we serious about it. We don't, I don't give a fuck what the Bible say. I'm not religious, I tell you that. The Bible says, all right, and Dr. Seuss said, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. You quote the Bible, I quote Dr. Seuss. What's the difference? It's a book. It's a story. Okay. Thing one, thing two. Adam and Eve. Thing one, thing two. Adam and Eve. Two people, right? What's the difference? It's a book, right? Many people read it, right? What they got to do with me? Hmm? I'm a thinker. I'm not a follower. Don't insult our intelligence. I honestly believe that when you think about aliens, they have big foreheads, right? That's normally a symbol of intelligence. And that's like a symbol. A lot of us don't have big foreheads and big heads, but that's symbolic of intelligence. They're big eyes. And a lot of them, you know how they say they wear bodysuits? Well, our souls have bodysuits. This is the bodysuit that we're in. Our souls are bigger than us. A lot of us are like ET phoning home. We look at this world and we're like, this shit doesn't seem right. We're not interested in this shit that everybody else is. And it's a few of us. It's many of us, but it's few of us. In this big world, it's a lot of followers. There are a lot of women and men that'll be quick to lay on their back and pull their pants down and breathe. We're looking at it like, ew, that's how you express your love for each other on your back. That's how you show that you care for each other with your legs up in the air and his pants down. There's no other way to express it. Okay. They call it agape. This world is not highly evolved yet. Okay. All right. We're just like, yeah, and now what? Now what? Now what? I think we are the aliens. And I think we put fear in the world. We're not trying to. We're trying to live our life. We're here just like them. We pay bills just like them. We got to take care of ourselves just like them. We're not interested in the menial, subpar, ignorant shit that a cockroach could do. Okay? A fly, a maggot, a mosquito can do this. Humans always are so narcissistic, they think when they do it, it trumps all other species on the earth when they do it. When an animal does it, okay, let's sell their animal. Let's chop it up and sell it in a market for food. When you do it, suddenly you're supposed to be so much protected than the animal, than the bird, than the insect, than the fish in the sea, because you're human. When you speak, your method of communication is supposed to be higher than the animal because you can't understand what they say. So you think you have dominion and control, and your Bible told you that you run everything in the earth. How narcissistic are you? And then how ignorant are you to want to be worshiped while claiming that you worship God? Is what you say with your religion. To turn around, breed, and demand the ultimate worship from your offspring. You don't want them to grow up to find purpose. You want them to worship you the way you worship God. How narcissistic are human? Animals aren't narcissistic. They're free until the human get to them. Humans are. This world is the way that it is because of humans, not animals. Okay? A lot of us are intellects. A lot of us are black sheep, and we're cool with it. We don't have hatred. I don't have hatred for anybody. I'm gonna do me, and people gonna shut the fuck up about it too. We're gonna have a problem. I don't care if you got squirreled. I don't give a whoop. Okay, cut that out. Okay, underneath this bodysuit is a soul. That's the alien that has no gender. It's androgynous. A spirit is androgynous. It doesn't have any genitalia because it doesn't have a body, and the body goes to the dirt. People's ignorance make them narcissistic, and they fall in love with a body that decomposes. They can never get to the core of them because they're fucking ignorant. They cling to this life because they're desperate and they're always needing, and it's annoying. Okay? And for any of us who see straight through it, we're supposed to be so um pessimistic. I'm not pessimistic. I'm a realist. Just as real as the ground I walk on, just as real as the sun in the sky. I'm a realist. People hate reality. So they distract themselves through temporary worldly things by using their bodies to distract themselves from the reality. We're just honest. I'm honest. Okay? Don't blow me a kiss and think that means shit to me. Don't tell me how pretty I am. Who give a shut up? Go tell your mom that. Get her some roses and make her day. I'll take them roses and throw them in the trash can. I don't want this shit. No disrespect. If I want to get roses, I'll never pick them because I don't want the rose to die. I'd rather sniff them and leave them alone, not for my own need for the moment. You ignore the rose when it starts to wither. You love it when it's red or pink and yellow because it makes your day. It serves your narcissistic fucking purpose. I'd rather sniff the rose and leave it alone than to pull it and watch it die. Okay? And that's humans in their constant need. And it gets on my nerves. Don't you want a mini me? Don't you want a mini me to look at? Listen to how people sound to look at. Do you not understand that that is really an adult in a small body that is growing with time? To look at you? You think they were born to be in your face? They're a taxpayer. They just don't know it yet. You birthed a taxpayer because you know you don't have it like that. It's for a bunch of dough where you can just hook them up. So what are you doing? Why are you acting like your lineage is so important? You passing down bukus? No. Shut up. And these dudes need to shut up. Dude, you're not balling. Your lineage is irrelevant. Shut up. Them kids did not ask to come through your ball sack, and they do not want to come through her vaginal canal. They want to be free. Stop impressing yourself, okay? Cut the grandiose nature. Stop the narcissism. Stop the sociopathy and the sadism. Shut up. You sound ignorant. You sound foolish and goofy. You sound like a fool. So yes, a lot of us are very alien-like. We're physical, just like you, but we're detached to where we can detach ourselves and look at the realities of things instead of being illusioned and disillusioned by ignorance and become followers, traditionalists, distracting ourselves with religion and politics to find purpose instead of looking within yourself, instead of being a dumb bitch. Okay? A spineless, weak bitch that needs all these vices. It's no religion is no different than cocaine. It's no different than crack. You got all these crackheads with their Bibles open. They might as well have a line of coke on their nose. They might as well have a crack pipe because that's what's really in their hands. They think it's a Bible, but it's really a crack pipe. And every time they open it, they take another hit. It's so addictive. It keeps them disillusioned to get their couple of minutes of a hit. Okay? It's no different than an alcoholic. It's just another vice to distract them from the realities because they don't want to think, a brain they don't use, unless they can get celebrated for using their brain, going to school. People tell them how cool they are. You used your brain exactly how they wanted you to, and now I want you to regurgitate it in the world. Just don't think for yourself. That's against the rules. Regurgitate Socrates and Plato philosophies. Don't create your own philosophy. Everybody's a philosopher. Everybody's ways of living is a story. But screw your story. Just remember Socrates has been dead for centuries. Okay? You're irrelevant. Just remember the people that we think are relevant, their stories, and we're going to keep repeating those stories. You're a human that can create your story, but who cares about your story? Just get on your back and breathe. We need more slaves. We're running out of slaves. Okay? Isn't that how you want to be remembered? Effing. Yeah, you're gonna go down in history. You're gonna go down, all right. And they're gonna put that on your tombstone. This person effed. This is a fucker. Oh God. This person this person fucked. Ah. And this is how we all got here. Remember them. Oh. Isn't that what you want on your tombstone? If they could be honest, they would put that, but they have to nicen it up. You ever notice how, to show you just how much disrespect they have for these women and men that have put people on this earth, they don't even realize they're being disrespected. The first thing they put is that they use their genitals. Then they tell you about their accomplishments. All right, they use the genitals. They're survived by this person, that person. Now, whatever. This is what they did when they were alive. All right, they went to school. All right, who cares? But anyway, they left us with some people that we can drain, that we can exploit, that we can get paid off of. And we appreciate you for what you pushed out of your body. Everything else, we just put that in small letters, but we're going to put this in capital letters. You bred. Thank you. Now look at what they do for the women and men that choose not to reproduce. The first thing they say is they didn't leave any kin behind. We couldn't use them. Okay? We don't give a fuck. Pay attention to the eulogies. Pay attention to the obituaries. These are the real facts. So live your life the way you want to. Don't let people drain your energy, your life force, your creative energy. Create, manifest from your mind, speak it into existence. And then what they said the Bible did, spoke it into existence, and then there was light. Did God use his genitals? Hmm? Did God use his scrotum or vagina? They were talking about manifestation. People can confuse manifestation and power of word with simple lust of the body. Anybody who cannot master their body can't master shit. You can't control nobody. And shut up. A person who can control their body and their self unlocks levels of their mind that nobody on this earth can. That's self mastery. Period. And people don't want that. They want to distract themselves because they think it's too difficult. They don't want to face themselves. So come here, man. Let's just get on your back. Let's just breathe. I don't want to deal with myself. I want somebody to adore me, worship me, tell me how great I am. I don't want to deal with myself. I don't want to deal with the truth that I'm not perfect. We're not perfect people. You want somebody to tell you how perfect you are. They're lying. And so are you. Me? Oh, no, I'm not perfect. I use profanity. People get on my nerves easy. I don't like repeating myself. I don't like people in my space too long. No, I'm not perfect, but I'm also a cool person. But I don't care for it to be liked by everybody because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I don't want to be. There you go. I know my pros and cons. Nobody got to tell me nothing. I'm grown. A dude don't complete me. Never will. No one can. His last name don't mean shit. Good for you. I'm my own person. My soul existed before I did, and it will go back to the spirit when I'm done. I don't care to be remembered. I care to do what I'm here to do. That ain't sad. That's free. True freedom is not living by society standards, doing what you got to do, taking care of you, and knowing what you're here for so that you do not have to repeat it and come through anybody else's genitals. Coming from somebody's mind, from thought into reality, will always trump a body part. Remember that. Okay? A computer was not built from a genital. A computer came from a person's mind and ability to think deeper. A television was not created from a genital, it was created from the power of a mind. The ground you walk on, the buildings you live in, came from a person's mind, not their ass. The cars you drive in did not come out of somebody's scrotum and vagina. The human did, but the mind and the body is different. The mind and the organ of the brain is different. The thoughts that come from your brain are entirely yours. That's way more powerful than what can come out of your genitals. Mass murderers are born from people's genitals. Okay. A moment of lust. No thought. No planning. No financial planning. Easy to do. Lay down. Done. But the mind and the ability to think about what you're doing before you do it is very powerful. That's why they don't want you using it. They reward you for using your body like a goddamn prostitute. Even prostitutes have respect for themselves in ways that people who claim they are not, they have more respect for themselves than people who claim they don't do that. Just look at you. You justify what you do with the Bible. What makes you any different than someone who doesn't? You point at them because they prostitute, but then look at you. You point to the Bible to cover up what you do. Hurry up and get married so people won't talk about you. Throw on a wedding dress so that people can worship you for effing and want to be respected for what come out of your body instead of who you are. You don't even think you're objectifying yourself, do you? But then you think it's my fault, her fault, his fault. Grow the fuck up. I don't have time to play. And I get real irritated with ignorance. I hate when people don't use the powerful mind they have. I respect people who use their brain and appreciate their mind's capacity to think. Anybody, any goofball can lay on their back and throw their leg up in the air. But I respect intelligence and intellect. That's all I respect intellect. Because in this world, it doesn't take much to lean back. Intellect is hard to come by from any woman or man. It's very rare. A person who knows who they are and won't stop until they become the full capacity of themselves, will not limit themselves to menial, lustful things that you can do when you barely know how to read or write. Like I said, a cockroach can do it. Flies can do it. Maggots can do it. Flies can do it. Spiders can do it. Scarabs, beetles. What makes you any different? Intellect. I went to someone's channel and they asked me, what do I find the most attractive? And he kept trying to, you know, how people try to get you to talk about the body. I don't care. What you want me to do? Tell you about your genitals? Get the fuck out of here. Look stupid. A mind. If you're dumb, you don't want to think, we will never get along. If you don't want to use your brain, we gonna crash. I'm gonna crash out on you. Your mind, you know, we're rare people. Those of us who your body or whatever, everybody got a body. Not everybody doesn't have a mind. Anybody can you could take your clothes off in front of me and you'd be sitting there looking stupid in front of me. I barely look at you. What is that supposed to do? You're naked. Put your clothes on. Get the fuck out of here. Your mind. You're wasting your time with me. Maybe with her you get somewhere. Maybe with him. But with me, you're embarrassing yourself. Put your clothes on. Where's your intelligence? Are you a follower? Are you a traditionalist? Do you do things because someone raised you to do that? You're grown. You set your own rules now. Stop telling me what your mommy taught you. It's not impressive. Shut up. I don't want to hear about what your mommy taught you. What have you gathered in this life of yours? Mommy taught when I was five. Shut up. Don't tell me about your home training. Tell me about what you learned in this life. It's not impressive. It's cute when you're 5 and 10. You're over the age of 18. Shut up. I don't want to know what your mommy taught you. What have you learned? I don't want to know what your dad taught you. Dad, mama, you're an adult. Stop. It's so annoying. It's so many trained adults. They don't even know how to be adults. because they're so trained, mind washed, brainwashed. And it's so rare to come across people that think. You don't know how irritating it is, how draining it is, how parasitic it is. And these people want to be in your face. They want your energy. Never. So, on that note, I think I've wrapped up and summarized everything I had to say, and I have way more to say, but I'd be going in circles. And I can say it many different ways. Trust me, I can go another couple hours saying this. I'm an intellect. I'm a sapio. I'm an asexual. I don't care about your body. There's nothing you can do. You could be the most attractive person. You can get up out my face though. Okay? Gossip? No. Chit chat? No. Small talk? No. Real talk? Yeah. Things otherworldly, taboo subjects? Got you. Put your clothes on though. You're wasting your time. Okay? Take your clothes off over there. Over here, put your clothes on. Where's your brain? You forgot it. Get it? These are the only people I would click with. No brain? I don't know what to tell you. All right? You could be chiseled. You could be a supermodel. So what? Supermodels go to graveyards too. Open up their casket, it's bones. You think they still chiseled? Let me tell you what goes with them. They sold. So your body means shit to me. And I mean that shit. Now, you're talking to a true sapio, asexual. Your body don't mean shit to me. Keep it up, maintain it. Health is wealth, yeah. Use your brain though. Or you're gonna be spinning in circles, being a follower for the rest of your life. That ain't gonna pass with people like me. That ain't gonna cut it. So, nah, people can't drain my energy. If I feel drained, I'll put a person in their place real quick. I'm quiet, but I'll shock you. Okay? I'll blow your mind by the things that come out my mouth, and I mean every single word. I don't stutter. Zodiac wise, I am a Scorpio rising, heavy in fire, heavy in air. Okay. So my rising sign deals with death, rebirth, and masters the genitalia. Other wills and a testament and estates, you know what I mean? Death, rebirth, transformations. That is my mastery. Taboo subjects, things unspoken, things said in the mind only and never uttered out of the mouth. People think it, don't say it, I say it. I pull from sources. I don't have to read on this subject. I'm a channeler. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm a spiritualist. I'll never be religious. I can't reduce myself down to that level. That's offensive. Okay? It's not a compliment. So, yes, my question is, are you all noticing how people are trying to latch on to others' energy? Protect your energy, value yourself, protect your energy at all costs. Lay low, stack dough, take care of you. If people call it selfish, it's because they can't use you. We are the true aliens in these temporary bodysuits with a soul more powerful than the body ever will be. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Mastery, self mastery, is not being limited to the bodies, limited to a bodily function, limited to a moment of, you say, people say they let their emotions and hormones and all this shit. You haven't mastered nothing. What do you think monks do? You think it's just limited to the monks? We all have that capacity, but people don't see that there's anything important. It's cool to run through people. It's cool to be ran through. It's cool to run through people. It's cool to abuse your body. It's cool to want to be lusted after from some creep, isn't it? You think that's cool? So it's not cool to think, is it? I do the things that's not cool. I don't care to be popular. I don't give a fuck. I'm a loner, baby. I make it happen. And I think a lot of you all too. Watch them hate you. I love the hate, bitch. I love the hate. The hate to me is like gasoline to my tank. Keeps me energized. I love the hate that people give me for being myself. And so I will. That's my legacy. My legacy will never come through my body. Nothing will ever pass through these portals. Ever. From any dude on this earth. Your last name ain't important. You're important because of who you are, not because what you do with your clothes off. Put your clothes on, I told you. Don't piss me off. So, yeah, I mean that. They think you're pretty. Okay, good. So, next subject. Lay low, take care of you, keep it 100. Nothing is wrong with us. You're right, nothing's wrong with us. Gaza Girl LX2974. Thank y'all for coming through. And I'll leave this video up, pass it on, share it to someone who could use it, who believes in what we believe in, who's serious about it. I'll see y'all next time. Happy New Year for those who celebrate it now. For those of us who celebrate it in March, New Year's will be in 2 months. For those who celebrate it now, enjoy it. Keep your goals. Don't steer off your goals. Stack that bread and keep a level head. Until next time.